your girl Shalae, and I'm back today with another video. In today's video, we're going to discuss the child tax credit and where we stand today. We're also going to discuss $20 million in unclaimed stimulus checks. We have states that are expanding their own child tax credit and a whole lot more. So if you want to know what is going on with the child tax credit in 2024, you already know what to do. Stay tuned. Your girl's got you covered. Now, if this is your first time tuning into my channel, hi, hello, hey friend. My name is Shalae, and here on this channel we discuss shopping, saving, and everything in between. I would love to have you a part of my internet family. Super easy. Click the big old red subscribe button down below and you're in just like that. So while you're at it, go ahead and give me a like because you love me creating this content. Guys, I want to give a huge shout out to everyone that logged in on my live on Friday, March 1st. I think that's going to be something that I continue to do, where we do first Fridays, where the first of each month, the first Friday, we can log in, just have a good time, okay? Now, if you are an Amazon recipient or not, or if you don't have Amazon, you can try it out free for 30 days by clicking the link above or in the description box below. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into it, because right now, the biggest thing that's trending in America is the child tax credit, business tax cuts. What is going on? Now, I will go ahead and say this. We are making some progress on the child tax credit, but as of right now, we all know that the bill is sitting in the Senate. So it's like, girl, what's the holdup? What is going on? The biggest issue right now is the legislation's look back provision. Now, this somehow had like a wild hair up Mike Crapo of Idaho. He said that under this bill, if a family income drop, then of course you could use your previous year earnings to qualify for a larger tax credit, especially for families that right after they just had a baby, amongst a lot of situations, right? Well, the Senator Finance Chair, Ron Wyden, he's like, look backs have been used in other situations, and it hasn't caused people to drop out the workforce at all, and especially when you need $2,500 to qualify to claim the child tax credit. Now, Crapo argues that look back terminology, just like the pandemic, a lot of skeptics are saying that this could stop people wanting to enter the workforce. They also cited a study from the American Enterprise Institute that said that a large amount of people exited the workforce. Now, the GOP, they might be going ahead and seeking to block this tax bill from becoming law as well, because they feel like in November they're going to take back over the Senate, and then they can deal with these issues as a majority next year. But I'm like, guys, this is ridiculous. Like, we're literally talking about $200, like $200 funky dollars. All right, all this is not going to cause anyone to exit the workforce. You still got to work to get the $2,500. And this is just how greedy people are, right? The tax provisions for businesses in there, it's going to total about $600 billion worth of tax relief over the next decade, 10 years, if it's made permanent. That is almost 5 times the amount that it would cost to expand the child tax credit. So you tell me, who really benefits from the child tax credit? Like, who really benefits from this bill? It's the businesses. It's not our people. But I still think it's going to probably more than likely pass, and that's because most people want the business credits. And that little $200 that we get, yeah, I'm calling it funky. Of course I would want it. I'll take $200. But it's not all of this to be going back and forth. And the pandemic, once again, that was a different type of situation. People are not leaving the workforce for $200. The pandemic, you had $600 a week unemployment on top of whatever your state contributed or what you earned from your state. You had stimulus checks that were being given out. You had different programs and funding for states and rental credit. You had so many things going when we were in the pandemic that, yeah, you probably could, exit the workforce or take that time off that you needed. And hell, yeah, I never cursed, but hell, guys, like, people have worked so hard, they probably needed some relief anyway. Come on now, let's be for real. All right, so that's what we have. Let me know down below, what do you think about people exiting the workforce over the child tax credit? But speaking of the pandemic, let's go ahead and talk about these stimulus checks that are still on the table. All right, guys, and bleep that out because I hardly ever curse, but it just made me mad. It just ruffled my feathers. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about time is running out to go ahead and claim your COVID-era tax credit. And the IRS is saying that unclaimed stimulus checks right now, they are holding $20 million. This is not saying you're getting another stimulus check. They're saying that now there's less than 2 months until the tax credit that was created during the COVID-19 pandemic, it expires. So people who have yet to file a tax return for 2020, you still may be eligible for your recovery rebate credit according to the IRS. But you would have to file by the return deadline of May 17th of 2024. Now, this credit is refundable, meaning that taxpayers who don't owe anything, you can still benefit from it. You would get it back to you as a refund. And it was distributed to people who did not receive a stimulus check in 2020 or 2021. So you're only getting another stimulus check if you never received your stimulus check at all, or maybe you didn't file your taxes, whatever that case may look like. Now, some whose income threshold did not require for you to file taxes, for example, you may have been overlooked, so you can now go in and file. People who are missing a payment or you did not receive the correct amount, you can claim the credit as well by filing your 2020 tax return. Now, the deadline to claim the 2021 recovery rebate is not until April 15th of 2025. But if you want your 2020, then you have to claim it this year by May 17th, or the date that I gave you guys. To be eligible, of course, you had to be like a U.S. citizen, a resident, have a social security number before the due date of the tax return, and not be a dependent on another taxpayer. That was the biggest thing. If somebody else claimed you those years, you would not be able to get it. Now, the IRS does point out that the 2020 recovery rebate credit can still be claimed as well for somebody who may have died in 2020 or later. So if you are unsure, if you think there's a possibility that you are owed some money, you can go online to the irs.gov. You can create your account. It's the same place that you go and look at your IRS transcripts as well. Go. Check it out. All right. Now, let's go ahead and move on, because speaking of this child tax credit and money, states are really stepping it up when it comes to this child tax credit. So we have in Wisconsin, where Governor Tony, he did sign where he's going to expand the child tax credit, and he is urging for more action on affordable child care as well. So today he signed into law an expansion of the tax credit that is available to children and dependents as well. So he is calling on lawmakers to take some more steps to help make childcare a little bit more affordable as well as accessible. So more than 110,000 taxpayers, they will see an average benefit of over $656 per filer, according to this estimate that was given by the governor's office. So he said, look, the cost of childcare is too darn high. Making quality childcare more affordable across Wisconsin is not just about doing what's best for our kids. It is also critical for keeping more folks and parents in our state's workforce as well. So I agree with this. I'm glad that you decided to go ahead and step up. Now, he did say signing this bill today will go a long way towards defraying the yearly family expenses on child care as well, and giving some of those parents some breathing room in their household budgets, as well as like making sure that their kids have the early support and care that they need. Kudos. If you are in Wisconsin, let me know. Have you already filed your taxes? If you have, you'll probably just end up getting a refund. But under the current law, a filer can claim a maximum credit of between $300 and $525 for one qualifying dependent, and between, I think it's like $600 and $1,000 or $1,100 for two or more qualifying dependents. Of course, this is contingent upon your income and the amount of your qualifying expenses in Wisconsin. But under this new bill, the maximum credit that will be available to taxpayers will be between $2,000 and $3,500 for one dependent. And then it's like $4,000 and $7,000 for 2 or more qualifying dependents. Guys, you gotta go ahead and give it up because that's a big jump. So I would say if you are in Wisconsin, definitely reach back out to your tax preparer. It just was signed into today. So hopefully you should be able to get some money back. But I mean, hey, anything is better than nothing, right? All right, so let's go ahead and move on because there are 15 states that are sending or have their own child tax credit checks as well in 2024. So I talked about like where Minnesota they did where like the average child tax credit should be around like $1,200, and they estimate that roughly like 300,000 residents will qualify for their credit, along with like Minnesota. California has one, Massachusetts, now Wisconsin, New Jersey, and nearly a dozen of other states have the child tax credits beyond the federal benefit as well. So if you live in one of those states that are offering additional child tax credit, honey, you got to get it. You got to get the money as well, okay? Now, they may have like different eligibility requirements depending on your state as well, but the money is out there. And last but not least, we are headed to Michigan, where the checks have started really rolling in for their working families tax credit checks as well. And they have where it's worth more than, I want to say like 219 million that has been sent to households already. So taxpayers who received the earned income tax credit for working families in 2022, you are receiving these supplemental checks as well, according to the Michigan Department of Treasury as well. Now, a lot of people have been saying that their checks have been at least like $1,000, and they've been mailing out the checks in batches. So let me know if you're in Michigan, if you have received those as well. And I think the reason why they did like this batch is because like due to like the seasonal mailing demands, it has to come by mail, so it won't come by direct deposit as well. But they said like here within the next few weeks that you should receive your money. So definitely be patient. Let me know, are you guys still waiting on your federal tax returns as well? Because if you are waiting on those, there is some information that the IRS is putting out. So if you need a tax refund video, let me know and I'll go ahead and talk about it, as well as my seasoned seniors. I have not forgotten about you guys because I get it, right? All these things are for people that have children, but I am putting together several videos that will just benefit you guys. If you have any questions in regards to the child tax credit, comment down below. If you have any issues regarding where's your refund, ask those questions down below. I will address them in another video. Join me every first Friday of each month. We'll go live. We'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Check out that video if you haven't. And let me know if you receive this additional $200, is it going to stop you from entering the workforce? Is it really this much of a big deal? Let me know all the things down below. And as always, grab you some Amazon Prime. It's free. It is absolutely free for 30 days. You don't have to enter any information at all. And please like, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to you later, Gator. Bye, guys.